Welcome to the Performer Radio Show. Each week, we interview some of the most interesting people in the fashion and entertainment industries. Fashion and entertainment industries. Beautiful models, singers, comedians, dancers, fashion designers, actors, beauty queens, and many more. Right here on the Performer Radio Show.
Okay, welcome everybody. This is me, and you see an empty chair right there. My name is Mike Zotos, the host of the Performer Radio Show. I'm just Mr. Performer. Just see right here, Performer, everything. Jennifer Mariel Ruiz, I'm going to say her name properly with the rolled R's, is supposed to be sitting in that chair right now. And she's at Univision still, recording her show, Pachanga Latina. What was it? She's probably going to kill me. Pachanga Latina, I think it is. Okay. I got to remember the name. All right. But we have really some incredible guests here tonight. If it looks like I'm looking weird towards the cameras because I'm actually looking at the monitor, I'll explain that some other time. But I have to basically switch with the screen now, not the switcher that I have in front of me, because it's broken. It's not working. Not my fault. It's the COVID era. I don't know. Everything's just buggy. That's all I'm going to say. We got two people here tonight. Fantastic people that won last year. Well, that won their categories in last year's Boston Fashion Awards, and we're going to be talking to them about what life's been like this year with the pandemic and how things are, progressing for them, if they're getting better, worse, whatever. We'll be talking to them in just a few minutes. Also, if you are interested in joining the conversation, please comment, or you could also call in. If you got this number, I'll put it up again later on. We can actually take calls now, and you can call in and talk to the guests, so that will be a little bit later on. We'll invite you to call in, so if you want to jot the number down now, 781-347-2210. I am by myself tonight. I have absolutely no assistance whatsoever, so I'm just all solo, and don't worry if I don't answer right away. We'll get to you. So, that being said, I'm going to invite my first guest up. This guest is a fashion jewelry designer, and she gets some amazing stuff, and it's a very unique thing that she does, and we're going to talk to her right now. Welcome, Holly Daniels Christensen, to Performer. And how are you doing tonight, Holly?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited to be out and about because we don't get that opportunity as much anymore. So
yes,
great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, actually, the last time you were here was back in winter. And it was actually right before Valentine's Day, I believe. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about how much time you spend working. So you don't get out about too much to begin with. Yeah. But of course, it's kind of like the doors were sealed shut lately, this year. And that must have been obviously something that you would not have preferred. I think we were talking before, and you said that 75% of your business was retail, wholesale, okay? Yeah. And then the other 25% was online. Yeah. So what's this year been like for you in regards to your core business, everything? How did it progress too? Was it like a cutoff, like all of a sudden, or did it just kind of gradually fade? How did that all work for you?
It was like someone shut a light switch off. It was it was definitely the most dramatic thing that's happened as a business owner. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary at Dune Jewelry, and this was gonna be a record-breaking year for us. Our trajectories have been positive since day one in 2010. We've always had growth year over year over year, and this was going to be a breakout year for us. And right around the end of March, I would say. It was just cancellation after cancellation after cancellation for orders that we had taken at trade shows, because we go to these wonderful trade shows during January and February and take pre-orders for the year. Or for the first half of the year, and those just turned off and were canceled. So any projections that we had put together and any financial goals that we needed to reach were just squashed. It was crazy.
Oh, that really, really does hurt then. We all knew that maybe this was going to be coming to some degree, maybe in the winter. Did you have an idea? Like when we were here before, it had just been starting to spread a little bit here in New England. So you just really just like, bam, one day everything was cut out, right? Huh? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm kind of a forever optimist. I'm always kind of looking on the bright side, imagining things always working out. And so to realize, like, that really kind of stark realization that it's not okay right now, although I knew it would be, and it's just a moment right now. It is just a moment in time, but it's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. And luckily,
everyone thought it was going to be a moment in time, right? I mean, when we first 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and it was like, oh yeah, we can do 2 weeks. We can do it. And 2 weeks turned into 6 weeks, and 6 weeks turned into 2 months, et cetera, which was really depressing, especially going into summer when everyone wanted to get out. And your jewelry, let's talk about your jewelry, because your jewelry has a summer vibe to it in a sense. It's based on sand.
Yeah. So
sand.
Every single piece
Beach.
that we make, I know, right?
Right.
Get outside.
Summer.
Experiences, right? It's really all about experiences. This necklace here is actually made with sand from Positano, Italy, where I went on my honeymoon. So it's a tangible reminder of a wonderful time in my life. And that's really what we like to do is capture these moments for people, whether it's with sand or flowers from a wedding or funeral, or crushed granite from the Rocky Mountains, or maybe it's sand from a golf trap at a golf course. But just moments in time that can be captured. So we were told to not have those moments, right? Like, all experiences ceased to exist for quite a few months. And I think it actually helped us. Our online business really did thrive. We are up revenue-wise year over year online, not our wholesale business, but because I think people were missing that human connection and getting together with family members and going on vacation, going to their beach houses, whatever it may be. So luckily, we're able to give someone a little tangible reminder of that.
So on the one hand, they couldn't create any new memories, but they could relive some old memories by getting some Dune jewelry online, which is pretty good. I mean, so you said 25% of your business was or is now online. Do you see or was? So has that been, of course, now it's almost 100%, I'm assuming.
Now it's 40%.
40%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still get product going out to wholesalers, or
we do. Well, we really have seen a huge rebound.
Good.
Over the past, I would say 6 weeks, maybe.
Okay.
My sales manager would know those numbers right off the top of her head, but I look from kind of 30,000 feet how the business is doing every single day, and we're bouncing back. I mean, I was grim in April and May and June, and then it just July, August, September, it started to uptick, and luckily we're gonna end up having a pretty great year. Not what I expected.
Whoops, wrong one there. Sorry, that's
No,
Priya. She's waiting for us. Okay, but she looks lovely. I'm sorry. I told you I'm gonna make some mistakes tonight.
The camera drifts over.
I didn't mean to do that.
The lady in white.
Yeah. Okay. Real quickly, let's take a look. I can't do that. Okay, I was gonna say. Let me just.
Okay.
I'm going to put in. Okay, so let's see. We got. Hi, Holly, Donna. So hi,
Donna. That's Goose.
That's Goose.
Yeah, that's Goose.
Are you Maverick?
Yes, exactly.
All right, we're waiting for that film to come out, aren't we? That's another one that's been delayed for forever. And so, how many people do you have employed now? Because I remember you had a few employed earlier. So, did you have to furlough some people? How did that all work out?
Yeah, that was really tough. Having to lay off people that had been with Dune, with my business for 7-8 years. So that really sucked, honestly, if I'm gonna say it truthfully. But luckily, we have hired so many new people, and we're back up to a team of about, I want to say 24 people right now. And we've got some really great new artists in the studio that are making gorgeous jewelry. So that's what it's all about, creating jobs and staying stable.
Does that also just change your catalog? Because do they have their own style, or do they copy a style that you already had?
No, they do what they learn how to do it our way. It's very, it's like a 3-month long training process to learn how to craft the jewelry. Yeah, we're very particular.
Oh, okay, so they come in, they learn it, and then eventually they're on the line or whatever else. I don't know how you do it, but I'm assuming something like that. So I think we mentioned last time you do custom orders as long as it takes a little longer for a custom design. I'm assuming there's a little back and forth with the design. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean, every silhouette that you see can be made with your sander element. So technically everything is customized with your memory or your experience. But if you want like a super, super custom design, we do that also. That can take upwards to 8-12 weeks. It really depends. But our jewelry that we ship every single day is usually a 2 to 3 week turnaround, made with your sander elements.
Okay. So now you won the Fashion Award last December for accessories designer. So accessories would cover belts, jewelry, shoes, anything that is additional to the outfit itself, hats even. That's a lot of competition when you think about it, because everyone, I mean, hats, belts, shoes especially. Yeah. That's a tough field to win, and there's a lot of competition. And every year we do have a lot of people in that category that we have to narrow it down to 5 that are nominated from this area. So, and there are a lot of local jewelry design. I mean, Providence.
Gosh, there's so much talent,
isn't it? There, Providence. It used to be. Well, I don't know if it still is the jewelry capital of the world. That's what they used to be. Sure is. Okay, so you got Alex and Ani and a whole bunch of other companies down there.
Luca and Danny. Yeah, that's a great company. I love those guys. Yeah.
So you got a lot going on. So how do you, as a smaller business, compete with those big boys and girls?
Listen, I stay in my lane and I do what I am good at, what we are good at, and we have a great niche. I mean, it's nobody else can capture a tangible reminder the way that we do. If you want, like I said, you want to send in your own, you want to come to our studio and really experience the whole, pre-COVID, come to our studio and experience the whole Dune Jewelry experience. But I know this sounds a little crazy, but I do feel like everyone who is a Dune fan or a Dune customer feels the heart and soul that goes into every single project, every design, every handcrafted piece. Like, my team is just the best in the business, and they all have so much heart and so much talent, and I think that people can feel that in what we do.
That's excellent. Now, you have the lines then. Okay, what are some of the lines that you have? Different lines.
We have, so we really focus on jewelry. We've got, I know we talked about it last time, we've got a tremendous collaboration with Camille Kostek, who is... There
we go, right there.
Yeah, there she is, yeah.
The Camille Collection.
There it is. So Camille is an amazing entrepreneur herself, by the way, but she was the cover girl of Sports Illustrated. She's been in the last 4 years of Sports Illustrated issues. She is an actress. She has movies coming out, and I don't know if you knew this, but she just landed the infield reporter for Wipeout, the TV show Wipeout. Did you know this?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So most guys don't know jewelry, but I'll just give it to them. If you didn't see her on the cover of Sports Illustrated, you can see her now in the Manscaped commercial with the Gronk.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's so funny.
So good.
And I was going to say that's how they'll probably know her now, because everyone in the planet has seen that commercial and laughed at it right now.
I mean, but when you think about it, the fact that she has that comedic timing and is this like stunning, gorgeous woman. I don't know. I thought she kicked butt in that commercial.
Honestly, I'm going to say this as a prediction. I think she's going to be more relevant in the next few years than he is going to be.
You think so?
I don't think he should have gone back to football.
I'll tell you, he looked good in the last game.
But I'm just saying, they are. I think he was going in a direction that would have been really amazing for him, being a football commentator. He had all these things going on, and he kind of went backwards, not forwards, to me. Yeah. And her star is still rising.
Oh, her star is like... You just mark my words.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think she's going places.
She's household name material. Yes. Like, everyone is going to know who she is.
We had fun with her at a couple different events. She's very charismatic. She's very outgoing, and that does help a lot in this business. People remember that. I mean, beautiful women, they're everywhere. But when they see a beautiful woman with a lot of personality, that just hits home. That's how I pick a lot of the people I work with.
I love that.
That's how it works for me. Personality, that really does separate you from the rest of the pack. Now let's take a look at these right here. These are some of the pieces right here.
Oh my gosh,
Aren't
yeah.
those gorgeous? Oh, I love the settings too. Where was the one on the left taken?
That was at SLS Bahamar in the Bahamas.
Oh, I wish we could go there right now, Holly.
Me too. She actually flew in for like 24 hours to do that shoot.
Oh, really? That quick,
and
huh?
it just speaks so much to her character when...
Let's take another look at those. Those are beautiful.
I mean, it speaks so much to her character that she goes the extra mile, and she's a really true, authentic human. I don't know. I'm really lucky to have her in my life.
Very good. What other lines? You got another one coming out. I know with a special young performer that we know. We want you to talk about that one too.
So Nicole Michelle is an amazing art. Well, you know Nicole Michelle
Yes, I do.
very well. She's an amazing young. I kind of want to say pop star, but she is I think really doing a lot more kind of R&B and soulful stuff, but she works with the entire crew from Naughty by Nature and a lot of local talent managers and talent, and we just came out with some amazing designs, and you can see those right on DuneJewelry.com. And if you search Nicole Michelle, we have the Reach for the Stars, which is so perfect for her because she's very young, very talented, and she is again just a woman after my own heart. So much work ethic, so much authenticity, and her collection's awesome too. Really?
Yes, definitely. I think the Naughty by Nature collaboration is kind of cool, especially if you loved hip hop from the '90s and Hip Hop Parade and all that good stuff. So that's in case people didn't recognize that name. So let me do this, and I'm going to put up the screen. If you want to if you have a question for Holly, why don't you call us at 781-347-2210, and I'm going to post that on the Facebook page as well. And right now, what I'd like to do, I'm going to go back here for the two of us. What I'd like to do is take a look at a quick little video about Dune Jewelry, and we're going to come back with Holly Daniels Christensen right after this.
Did you ever have an experience so good you wished you could keep the memory with you always? For my family and me, it's usually on a beach somewhere beautiful, warm, and tropical. I'm Holly Daniels Christensen, the founder of Dune Jewelry. I started making beach sand jewelry in 2010 at my kitchen table for friends and family. I wanted everyone I knew to have a piece of jewelry so rich in sentiment that it would last generations. Today, at Dune Jewelry, our artisans transform sand and other natural elements from special places around the world into custom silver and gold jewelry that holds a personal memory for each customer. All of our designs are handmade to order with love and sandy hands in the USA. And like memories, every sand and natural element that we use in our jewelry. I'll never forget kayaking in Great Bay, St. Thomas with my husband and daughter for the first time. She was 3 years old, and we collected beach sand to add to Dune's sandbank.
My favorite memory was hiking these trails with my dad, getting to see the sunrise from 12,000 feet up.
When my grandfather took me to Fenway Park for Game 6 of the World Series.
I remember the flowers he gave me on our first date, the same kind he gave me on our first anniversary.
Our customers have collected sand and other natural elements from nearly 4,000 locations around the world, which we catalog in our sandbank. You can come to our website, search our sandbank, and find those special places that are most meaningful to you. Or you can send us your own sand or natural element. A teaspoonful is plenty, and we'll individually handcraft it into a custom design for the most special people in your life. Fun fact, one jar in our sandbank can make up to 900 pieces of jewelry. We love knowing that each order we make isn't just jewelry, but something very personal, filled with memories and meaning. We're touched every day by the phone calls and emails from our customers sharing their stories about what Dune means to them. And we love to share the success of Dune Jewelry by supporting our favorite causes, including coastal preservation, beach access for wheelchair-bound children and adults, and diabetes research. Do you have a special memory that you want to hold on to for yourself or someone you love? Then I invite you to visit our website, DuneJewelry.com, so we can help you live for the moment, then take it with you.
Okay, that looks pretty good. I mean, that was like a whole documentary.
I know. I'm like, wow, that video is better than I
I'm kind of regretting showing that video only because it looks so beautiful.
Aww.
And we're going into winter here. So folks that don't know, we're in the Boston area. So we're getting ready. We're bracing. The leaves are falling, and Okay, daylight is standard time is next week. That sucks. All right, going back to beautiful scenery on beaches and everything else. I don't remember what you said last time, but how many samples of sand do you have in your bank?
About 4,500. 4,500. Yeah, it's insane. We have a sand bank manager now that she intakes sand every single day to process it and put it into our sand bank. So that's how often people are sending in samples for their own custom jewelry and personalized jewelry.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's totally amazing. So, let's see, you won the Fashion Award in December. Were you kind of like laid back, or did you go take trips right after Christmas this year? How did that, what'd you do right in January after you won?
We went to Atlanta for trade show season, and then we went to St. Thomas for a photo shoot, and that was it. That was in February.
And then everything got cut off.
Yeah.
Huh? So you mentioned trade shows now. Were there any trade shows this year after the COVID started? No, nothing.
No, everything.
Not even like
was
virtual
canceled.
trade shows or anything.
Yeah,
like
there
that?
were virtual trade shows. Yeah, and
Okay.
that's been pretty good. My sales manager is the best, so she really set up a lot of virtual stuff, and then she actually went on kind of a little a road trip and set up in a conference room in a. We were going to do a conference room in a hotel. That didn't work out, so she did an Airbnb, and then our retail partners who are really close to us came and traveled, and she popped some bubbly, and they had some drinks. She showed them the new designs, and they were writing orders. So I think it's interesting how different parts of the country really dealt with this over the past 6 months. There's a lot of differences.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it hit the Northeast first, New York and New Jersey, Massachusetts, and then kind of spread to the South and the West, and now it's kind of coming back. It's boomeranging.
Yeah.
Which we hope it doesn't really affect us as much this time, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, people will be a little smarter this time. I did hear a report on the news today that the doctors are getting better, or the hospitals are getting better at treating the patients that they do have. So they've learned something over the last 7 months.
They're definitely.
So I mean, even if people get it, hopefully the death rate will be lower, which would be nice, until they get a cure or the vaccine. But we're hoping and praying for everybody, not just the ones that are wearing masks, the ones that aren't wearing masks too. If they do catch it, we hope that
everyone.
Everyone. We don't want anyone to die from this, if possible. Okay, so we're going to go to commercial right now, and when we come back, we're going to meet Priya. That would be fun. Okay, we'll be right back.
For decades, Alba Restaurant has been a premier dining destination on the South Shore. Located in the heart of Quincy, and now with a second location in Hanover, Alba Restaurant has something on the menu to satisfy every palate. From sumptuous flame-broiled steaks, to freshly caught cold water seafood, to vine-ripened and hand-picked vegetables grown on our seasonal roof deck, you can be confident that your meal at Alba will be a truly pleasurable dining experience. Alba also offers private dining rooms and function options. Both Alba locations are open 7 days a week. For more information, please visit either of our websites at albaquincy.com or albaon53.com.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
It doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl?
Oh,
You cool?
you bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them.
Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
you rise. This is where you shine. This is where you become the greatest of all time. History in the making. This is history in the making. History in the making.
Vote for your life.
Okay, we're back. Hi, Priya. How are you?
Hi.
Look at her, pretty and white.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
don't care about the fact that people say don't wear white after Labor Day. Look, that's a good, beautiful outfit too. Let's get a little close up of that one. Okay, we saw a little preview of it earlier. Holly, by the way, if you like to chime in at any point in time, please chime in. We're all going to be comfortable here and a nice conversation. So if you have a question, you can be I've just designated you as my co-host now. So
I'm in.
There you go. You're in. So Priya, welcome back. You were here as actually we didn't really interview you last time when you were here. You were just basically a model at that point. Who was it?
It was with Inga.
Oh, Inga Puzakova, another jewelry designer.
Exactly. Okay, somehow you keep calling me with the jewelry designers.
We'll call you the jewelry model. Okay, that's what we're going to call you. Okay. So tell me something. What have you been doing for the past 10 months with your life?
Oh, it has been like a roller coaster, up and down. This forced hibernation has been like a blessing in disguise, I would say, because when it started, it was came like a shock. Like suddenly you're moving fast-paced, moving life suddenly just stopped, and. But it definitely gave us a lot of time to think about ourselves, just to have that inner peace, that pause was much needed, I feel.
So you did a little introspection kind of thing.
Definitely.
Introspective, excuse me.
Definitely.
So you have a family. You are a mother.
Yes.
And you work also full time. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. I do.
So everything else slowed down so that you had a little time to yourself. Is that how that worked out for you?
Yes, definitely. So when it started, I was not really sure how to deal with it, that sudden pause. But then eventually, when you knew that you can't do much about it, you just have to take that step back and just let things happen, let things cool down, so that everybody comes out of it nice.
Right, yeah, because you were going a mile a minute there for a while.
Exactly.
Especially in 2019.
Yes,
that's when you won. I'm going to show people a few of the slides that we have here. That's just absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely.
Thank you.
And of course, you do lifestyle stuff too. This is pretty too. And then also get one more coming. The ethnic stuff. Oh my God, I love the colors and the flowing designs and cloths that they use. So gorgeous. I mean, your closet must be full of that stuff, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is. I just took a wild guess.
I can't say no.
I just took a wild guess. It must be full of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, an outfit like that must be expensive, really expensive.
Yeah, they are, because those outfits are very heavy. The fabric that the designers use is pretty. It's really good quality, and there is a lot of embroidery on it. So especially the Indian outfits that I get to wear are very heavy. Those are mostly the bridal stuff, and if you have seen, all the Indian outfits are very colorful and very celebratory, I would say.
I don't know about you, Holly, but I'm in love with her accent too.
I love
it. It sounds so gorgeous. All right, so it's a perfect fit for your look.
Thank you.
When did you get into modeling? How long have you been doing it?
Okay, I have been doing it for last 5 years, I would say.
Okay.
4.5 to 5 years. So yeah, it feels
was it
like
something
a long
was it
time.
something you just kind of fell into, or something you wanted to do? How did all that work for you?
No, I have always, since my childhood actually, I have always been very inspired with Priyanka Chopra, Aishwarya Rai, Heidi Kam, like Jennifer Lopez, all these people, these amazing ladies. You feel like, that is so amazing, the kind of work they do. So I've been always inspired with those women, but I never really thought that I will be doing it at some point of time. But although I have always been a performer, I have to tell you this, even as a child, in my school days, I have always been performing. I was doing dancing, plays, speeches, and the all the credit goes to my parents. I remember my mom used to write speeches for me, used to take me for poetry recitals and all those things.
Very nice. So you have very good supportive parents. I like that.
Yes, exactly. I still remember she used to tell me, doesn't matter if you're good or not, unless and until you try, you will never know. So if you find an opportunity, just go for it and figure it out yourself. And luckily, when I came here after I got married, my husband and his family, they shared the similar values, and they have been super supportive. And so when I came here, I started actually dancing with one group. We have been performing in the area, so we were supposed to actually do a dance for a jewelry designer, and she suddenly asked me to model instead of dancing, which came as a surprise because I never saw myself doing that. But being like an opportunist, I said, yes, why not? Let me try it.
Okay, I got a new idea here. Doing jewelry,
I love it.
Dance, video kind of thing going on. I think that with the outfits.
I see it coming.
I see it coming. Okay.
I
Good.
love it.
I would love to be.
We're going to talk after the broadcast. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was actually one who got me into modeling, and it takes one to know one. Whenever I think of my start, I always, kind of thank her. It was amazing. So this is how I got into it, and I don't think I never ever looked back.
That's excellent. So speaking of performing, recently I did see a post about you appearing in a short film of some kind.
Yes,
what was that all about?
I did, yes. So all this pandemic time, while I was taking a break from all the fashion shows and photo shoots, there is this photographer that I have been working with. His name is Karthik Kapasa, and he came up with the idea of this short film. It's his first short film too. Actually, this is first for all of the cast and crew, I would say. So he asked me, and I was like, why not? Let's give it a try. Although I had not really acted or had plans to go in acting career, but why not?
Okay,
right?
So you did it.
Yes.
Oops, that's the wrong one again. See, now I'm even. Okay, all right, sorry. Good.
That's okay.
We're good. I can probably just go like this, and I'll be safe probably. No, but okay. So quickly now, what was this short film about?
Okay.
And where can people see it?
Yes, so the name of the short film is A Day to Forget. It is, if you go on my Instagram or on Facebook or YouTube, actually, my ID is Cosmic Spice. You can search me. And on my profile, you'll find the link. It is also on YouTube on the director's page. That is My Photography by Karthik. So you can find the link, and maybe I'll just
what you can probably do is later on, after the show's done, put it in the comments of this broadcast so people can find that. Okay.
Yes.
So probably just your social media, everything, just put it in there.
Yes.
So people that are listening right now, look at the comments maybe tomorrow or something like that, or later on tonight, and you'll see it in there. So you can find a nice link to where see all our Instagram, social media, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what have you done model-wise since the pandemic started? Anything?
Since pandemic started, there was a big gap. I wouldn't say no. I have been watching people doing stuff, but somehow I was not much confident of like going out and getting into all that corona thingy. Being a kid at the house, I had to be like a little more responsible, not to just be go out in public right away. But then I think since last 2 months, I have started doing shows, photo shoots actually, not shows. So I have done this short film which we shot at my house itself, and so that was a plus point. I didn't have to go out in public. So I did that, and I have done a couple of photo shoots with limited crowds. It's just the photographer and the designer. I have done 3-4 shoots. So
did you miss it?
I'm getting it. Oh, I miss it so much. I loved being on the stage. So fashion shows, especially this time of the year with the fashion weeks.
We've had no fashion shows. I know.
Yes, yeah.
Everything Fashion Week was virtual, except for the one we did at Marina Bay, which was really fantastic.
Yes,
that was Denise
absolutely.
Hajar's fashion show. It was actually technically a week before Boston Fashion Week, but who cares? It was a fashion show.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
fashion show. It was outside. It was great. Everyone had a good time. So it felt good to be in the mix again, if you want to call it that. Any other future plans in the near future before Christmas or on the holidays hit?
Yeah, there are a few things in line. We just finished actually shooting for one music video as well, which is again my first. So you guys will be seeing it pretty soon.
A lot of firsts happening this year for you, huh?
Yes. As I told you, there was a lot of time to try out new things. So just had to take advantage.
Had to
of
take the
that.
opportunities. I get it.
Yes,
Let's take a look at a
absolutely.
couple more things here for your work here. Wow. Oh, that's the okay. I'm sorry. That's the wrong one.
This is the same.
Oh, it's the same video.
photographer. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if we get the. Wait. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. No. That was the right one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one. That's
No, I
the
was
same.
talking about the same photographer.
Oh, the same
Yeah,
photographer. Okay,
yes,
yeah. It is
yeah.
oh, I love those. Those are gorgeous.
That was last
Oh,
spring.
beautiful. Feel now spring. Look,
This is the recent.
now,
Yeah.
I'm looking at those, okay, and I do see that the jewelry is very important with those outfits too.
Yes.
All right. So, are there specific jewelry designers that work with certain designers here in the city area, or are those from imported? How did that all work with the jewelry with those outfits?
If you see the Indian jewelry, whatever I
I can bring it back up again. It's
there,
gonna have to go through a slide here.
Yeah,
Whoop, one
sure.
sec, here
So a
we go.
lot of designers here collaborate with each other, so that works out. Especially in this case, actually, this outfit is by
The last
Renu
one.
Gupta.
This
Yeah,
is
the
a
last
slideshow.
Indian
The last
outfit.
one. I don't know if I can freeze it. Maybe.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I can freeze
So,
it. There we go.
Yeah, but
Look at
this
those.
one is this is my jewelry. This was not.
Oh, it's your
from
jewelry.
Any,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So it wasn't.
Being an Indian, you I think talk to any Indian woman, she will definitely have her own huge collection of jewelry because that is a very integral part
Gotcha.
of our culture. So jewelry takes
Wow, your whole budget must be going to clothes and jewelry.
let's not go there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure your credit card company loves you.
But they have to.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the results. They're absolutely gorgeous designs and pictures. I mean, I'm loving all that stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's good to have ethnic influences in our imagery locally and in the fashion scene because it brings more vibrance to the whole entire lot. Okay, it's not monotone. I mean, we got Holly with her sand and her jewelries, the memories, and we got the ethnic designs, whether it's African American, Caribbean, European, Asian, all those influences, Hispanic. I love that, and the fact that it's all here in Boston. We got a great mix around here. I, aside from maybe New York, I don't think we have that mix in this country. Maybe a little bit Miami, but New York, Miami, Boston. Okay, that's it in this country.
I would agree with that.
You know, and it's great.
Boston's a melting pot
Isn't it?
of culture, which is
Isn't it? And that's just fantastic. We have that, and these designers then eventually collaborate. And also get influences from these other designers. You know, maybe you can have a little African American influence in a more of a Hispanic design, or vice versa, and just everyone can just meld together and create more art that people probably didn't even think about before. So we have that opportunity. That's what we love about the Fashion Awards every year, is that we look at all the different designers that are in this area, not just the ones that are making headlines, because that's important that we give everyone a shot and an opportunity. So when you go to the Fashion Awards, I get a lot of, I never heard of them before. Well, maybe you haven't heard of them. Maybe you never heard of them in your realm or your little clique or whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't mean that they're not doing something. We attend a lot of different types of fashion events during the year, well pre-COVID, because we want to see what's going on out there outside of what we consider the normal group or channels, Newbury Street, whatever, and that gives it a lot more life. I'm just going to call it that.
Absolutely.
A lot more vibrance,
Variety.
a lot more life. Yeah, variety.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely, Holly. Okay, so tell you what, we're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, I get some hardware for you guys, okay? So we're going to give you give you a little parting gift, all right? We'll be right back. See you in a few seconds. A few minutes, actually. Bye.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today we're talking about how to wake up. your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. Look. Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud that was.
I know,
sleep through that.
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Bacon.
STEM is the discipline of hard numbers, precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to get messy or just mess it up. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to try. Dare to fail. Dare to keep daring. Dare to learn the difference between organic, sedimentary, and non-foliated metamorphic rock. Get outside. Find those rocks. Dare to be homeroom famous, a high school fable. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. And for the love of STEM, dare bigger. Dare to code. Dare to invent. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Okay, we're back. Look at some of the comments here. Love it. Priya, my favorite. Priya looking great, says Michael Rose. Thank you guys for chiming in. Okay, so now we're going to go back to this screen right here, and we've got some hardware for you guys. Holly, why don't you do first honors, and we'll do the quick unveiling here.
Excited!
Yes, here we go, and it's the big unveiling.
All right,
Okay,
so the
here
box is here.
Yes, the box is here.
Are we ready?
We are ready.
Look at that. I'm going to hold this up in back of it so you can see.
Yeah, there you go. Holly Daniels Christensen, designer accessories, and yes, it says 2019 because that's when the award was. Just so people know that we're not crazy here. We do know what year it is.
Amazing.
Okay. And by the way, just so people know, the 2020 Boston Fashion Awards will be taking place. It will be taking place in December 13th, Sunday. I will be giving out more information at 8 p.m. I'll be giving out more information as to what we're actually doing that day as time goes on. Obviously, we're going to be adaptable to whatever the situation might be. Okay, so now, Priya, your turn.
Yay.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, I have been waiting for this.
Yes, look at that. Priya.
I love it.
There
so
you go.
special.
Beautiful.
Yes, it's so amazing to see my name up there.
Right?
Print model too, and you've done an amazing job last year. It was almost like no contest. I hate to say it that way, but it was almost like no contest. The pictures.
I love that.
The work that you did. Go ahead, honey.
You know what, Michael? I have to say this. When just getting nominated for this among all these amazing models and talents was I just felt like a winner that day. And on top of that, it was based on just not few individuals. It was based on the people's voting.
Right.
Which is just,
It's so
the
big.
amount of support.
So if people don't know, it's weighted 50-50 with 50% popular vote and 50% peer vote. So people can't just have a runaway popular vote with it, and the peer vote offsets that. So your own peers are voting for whoever wins, as well as the public. So that way, that's the most fair I could make it, because I didn't want it to be, it's just like the Academy Awards where only the peers vote, or just like the People's Choice where only the people vote. I said, let's put the both together, and that's the best of both worlds as far as I'm concerned. So that works out very well for everybody. And it also, if somebody does have a popular and it's just a runaway, we can offset it sometimes, not all the time. But everything is across above board, and we had thousands upon thousands, actually over 10,000 votes this past year.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it does, and each year it goes up and up and up a little bit more. So all that stuff's going to be coming out soon. We got a little less than 8 weeks away, and so people need to stay tuned. And what we had actually originally planned, those beautiful lead crystals that you're holding, were going to be in your hands much, much earlier than this. Okay, but of course everybody got blindsided with the COVID situation. We were going to be giving them away at one of our events, which was going to be in June, and that obviously never happened. So we decided we'll just wait till the fall when it's more of a fashion season, invite everybody on here so that you can tell us what's going on with you and get them in person. It actually gives you a little more promotion, a little bit more airtime, so people can get to know you. Obviously we can't do that at the award show. It would take forever, and we don't really know who won until that actual day. The voting closes the day before, and we get the tallies the day of, and that's when we know who won. So we can't obviously engrave those overnight. When those
this was worth the wait.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
And those really are lead crystals. So keep away from children. That's all I'm going to say. They tend to not go well with lead crystal. Like, what's this?
Fair.
Psh, bang.
Yeah.
I will replace it, but I care
Hopefully
not.
you don't
I don't
have
want to, but I will replace it in case of an accident. But let's hope that doesn't. And I would love to see you have more than one on your shelf or mantle someday. So, what are we going to do now for 2021? What would you like to see happen in 2021? We're going to start with you first, Holly.
That's a load. I mean.
It's a loaded question. I know. Well, let's put it this way. What are your hopes and dreams for 2021 in terms of your business or personal? I don't care. Just go with it.
I mean, there's so much growth that has happened during COVID. My business is back to being thriving. Dune is thriving again, which is wonderful, which has also freed me up a little bit to really dream and brainstorm about a sub-brand, a second jewelry brand that has been in my mind for I've got to say probably about 2.5 years now, but I kind of had the downtime to really think about it and understand what I was trying to do conceptually, and now it's all coming together. So we're working with Parlor Brand Studios in Framingham to help us with the logo and put together a brand guide, and just working on some new designs. I can't really say too much about it yet, but it's going to be amazing. So that's what I'm hoping happens.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting an exclusive here. Is that correct?
It isn't. I have not talked about it.
Okay.
You know what? It is completely an exclusive. I have not talked about it anywhere, but because some little details have come together over the past probably about 2 weeks. It's really melding, and I'm going to be kind of going into business with some of my team members from Dune, where I'm spearheading the project, but then they'll come in as shareholders on the project as kind of a thank you for sticking with me for 10 years and growing Dune to be such a great success. So it's going to be crazy to be in business with people, because I've been not a sole, we're an S Corp, but I've been like a sole proprietor in a sense for 10 years.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. We are having a little bit of a glitch online. I've just got a notification from, but if we do have a glitch and people are missing the end of this, you will see it. We'll just rebroadcast it at some point. So Priya, let's go to you now, and what's on tap? What would you like to see happen in 2021?
Yeah, very interesting, because 2019 actually has been so crazy busy, and I worked literally. I decades of doing a lot of things. And then when this pandemic hit, I got a lot of time to, spend with my family suddenly. And I realized that keeping that work and family balance, how important that was just a realization once again. So I would want to keep that balance going forward while growing my newfound interests in acting is what is on my mind right now. So
you caught the bug, didn't you? You caught the bug. Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Well, I would like to see more of this happening in next year, or actually even this year, later on this year. That's when you won the award this in 2019. So hopefully we'll get to see both of you accepting awards again. It won't be in person probably, but at least it'll be. We'll figure it all out later on. We actually do have a really good plan. I just can't give it away right now. But we really have a really good plan. Okay, so we lost people on Facebook. I think we're still fine on YouTube and Twitch, and we'll probably have to rebroadcast the end of this on Facebook at some other point. But that's okay. So I want everyone to be safe. Holly, why don't you tell them where everyone can find you online?
Absolutely. You can find me, Dune Jewelry, at dunejewelry.com, or on Facebook, Dune Jewelry, Instagram, Dune Jewelry, and my personal Instagram is Sandy Hands, which is funny because people call me Sandy now. They don't they don't know. So I may have to rethink that handle eventually, but
right.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and Priya, why don't you give your social media again?
Yes, absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook at Cosmic Spice, or you can just search me as Priya Bagade and you will still find my page.
Excellent. Okay. Ladies, thank you very much for coming down tonight. I really do appreciate it. I know you guys are both at least somewhat busy, and this is tough to, put us in your middle of your week and just, okay, but cool. And, this is great that we can all still celebrate the art of fashion in this city, and that it's still thriving, thank goodness, and that you guys are sticking with it and still moving forward and not giving up, because we know everyone's going to bounce back at some point, hopefully, and we're maybe not 2021. I hope by the end of 2021, but next year I think we will probably be in person again with the Fashion Awards. I hope so.
Absolutely.
So anyway. So stay safe. Bless your families and your loved ones, and keep them from getting this virus, hopefully, as well. And next week next week we got a great show next week. I'm going to tell you guys real quickly. It's Halloween coming up, right? And everyone must have fun on Halloween, right? So we got comedian Lamont Price, who has been voted Boston's best comedian in Boston several times over, and he's going to be appearing with, three magicians that are coming in.
Oh my gosh,
okay, we got magicians.
So fun.
This is our first time we're going to have magicians and magic on the Performer Radio Show. We've never had this before. Last year we had the zombies and the creatures from Barrett's Haunted Mansion, which was fun. But now we can't have them in here because of the COVID situation. Mm-hmm. But so this time we're going to have magicians, and actually it's the first time we're going to be using our new TV studio in conjunction with this radio show as well.
Wow.
So it's going to be pretty cool. So folks, stay tuned for that next week. Hopefully Jennifer will be back, because we love to scare her during Halloween.
We missed you,
Jennifer.
Yes,
Jennifer. I hope you're having a good time at Univision tonight. But like I said, stay tuned for next week's show, and happy Halloween coming up in the future. All right, good night, folks.
Thank
Be
you.
good.
Good night. Thank you,
Michael. Thank you.